What's up, guys? In this video I'm going to be showing you guys how to customize specific gear to fit your playstyle or whatever weapon you may be maining in Splatoon 2. If you guys want more videos like this in the future, let me know by hitting that like button and subscribing. If you guys want more videos like this in the future, that'd be great. Not many people actually know about this website, but the website I'm actually using for this and for this video is actually loadout.inc. What loadout.inc actually is actually it's a pretty much like a simulator or like a calculator for pretty much gear in Splatoon 2, which I'll be going over pretty much in this video. Now, for example, it pretty much just starts you out with like pretty much anything. It has like a bunch of like different shoes, stuff like that. I'm not going to be going over like in-game how to like get specific gear chunks and stuff like that, but it shows you like all the shoes that are like in-game with their regular abilities and stuff like that. Granted, you really don't need it just because you can put on pretty much any ability you want on this gear. This does not translate to anything in-game, so you can pretty much just check whatever you want with any gear on any or any abilities on any gear on the site. So say that doesn't even have Ink Saver main. I think it has Ink Saver. I think it has Ink Recovery up, but I can still put Ink Saver main on here on this type of gear just because it's this simulation. It's not like actually in game. So, however, you can only put like gear specific abilities on certain gear. So I can only put like Respawn Punisher on shirts, for example, Object Shredder on shoes, Open and Gammon on headgear. So that stuff still does apply. But if you just want to put any like other type like sub abilities and other abilities that aren't gear specific on like any gear on here, or like the beginner gear like I'm doing, you can still do that on here, but you cannot do that in game. So pretty much it's just to give you a feel or a look at what you're pretty much going to be getting with that type of gear. I'm going to do an example for you guys. This year actually, I'm actually going to clear this all out. Now, pretty much what it starts you with, the first weapon you get in game is the Splattershot Junior. It's pretty much just some basic stuff here. Ink consumption, it tells you your ink consumption. So pretty much per two shots, it gives you 1% of your ink tank. So out of 100% of your ink tank, every 2 shots are 0.5 of a shot. So you get pretty much 0.5 per shot. So you get 2 shots per 1%, which is absolutely great. So with a weapon like the Splattershot Junior, you probably don't need to run something like Ink Saver main or Ink Recovery up. That frees up abilities to where you can run like ink resistance up, or pretty much everything else that you would need. Or you can run like some shirt or gear specific abilities if you want it as well. Just because you don't really, this is one of those weapons that where even if you don't run like Ink Saver main or Ink Recovery, you're still going to be doing absolutely great with ink storage and stuff like that, and ink management. So Ink Recovery, that's 3 seconds. So pretty much just shows you how much time that you actually get without like any abilities. So 3 seconds if you're in squid form, and if you're just standing there, it takes 10 seconds for your ink tank to just naturally go back to full from 0. Run speed and enemy ink, it shows you the time for that as well. It's 0.32 seconds units per frame. So not quite sure how much that really is, but I'm assuming it's a little bit faster. Run speed by firing, so it could be different for a lot of different weapons. Run speed per frames, it shows you the amount per frames. The swim speed as well, which I think 2.02 per frame. I think that's the standard for swim speed. Special charge up, 180 points for special. That's only if you add like special charge up to your gear, whatever. I love different stuff. Special power, which actually increases your duration, which is kind of cool. So right now, ink armor would be 6 seconds. So with this weapon, I got ink armor. Super jump time, which is pretty much just so how much seconds you know for like your super jump. If you're in squid form already, it takes 3.63, and if you're just standing there and try super jumping, it takes 3.98 seconds. Not really too much of a difference there, but all the time matters in battle. Quick respawn time, 8.40 seconds, actually the normal respawn time without having any respawn on your gear. So that's just so you know that. tracking time. This is actually for if like somebody throws like an ink mine or something like that, just so you get like marked, or like a what's that? I don't know what the special or the sub is. Whatever the tracking one is, the ink mine. Just say it's an ink mine and you get marked. 8 seconds is how long that will last. So if you want to say like run cold-blooded, that time will go down, just so you know that stuff. So a lot of cool stuff here. It shows your special as well, so effects with respawn Punisher aren't fully understood, but it changes with respawn Punisher as well, so I'm not quite sure if that's quite true. It shows how much your sub weapon uses, so if you throw a splat bomb, it reduces your tank by 70%. A lot of different stuff. It actually shows you the sub power, so how long or how far you can throw your sub or your bomb. What else we got? Special saver. So if you get splattered with your full special, you'll have 50% special left. Very standard. That's without nothing. Now I'm gonna show you guys one of my sets. I actually do main Blaster. I main Blaster, Clash Blaster, and I actually also main the Spider Scope in the Leader 4K. I don't really want to give away my my loadout for Blaster or anything else, but I will show you guys my loadout for the Leader 4K, just because I really don't use it that much anymore these days. I think the Leader 4K is definitely on the lowest of the meta right now. The only thing I really see it good for is actually currently is for splat zones, but even that depends on the track, so I haven't really been using it as much lately, but I'll show you guys my set for that just as an example. Now right here, it lets you choose like different classes. So this is the shooter class, the Splatter Shot Junior. It has like all the different weapons, the NZF-85, 89, the Splatter Shot, a lot of different stuff. This is all shooters. Dualies, rollers, it has all the things that's blasters, stuff like that. It also has splatlings. We're going to go with the Charger class because the Leader 4K is in the Charger class. I actually use the Leader 4K scope custom, so we're going to switch to that. Once you choose that weapon, actually this over here will all change. The special power, the bubble radius, which it's unable to calculate that as well, just because if you have special power up, that means your bubbles will be slightly bigger, and there's no way to calculate that on here, unfortunately. No way to actually calculate jump speed to beacon as well if you run sub power up, which is unfortunate with this weapon, but I'll probably demonstrate 2 weapons as well, just a few random ones for this. But this is one of my mains. So what I usually run for this, as I run, I don't run the specific gear, but I'm just going to use the abilities for the examples. I actually run. Actually, we're gonna clear this just so we know how much we have. So, Inksaver main, I have 4 shots until I'm completely empty. On my full, like a full ink tank, so I get 4 full shots with the Leader 4K. If I add a main and 3 subs of Inksaver main, we're going to see how much more I get out of that. And now I'm able to get 5, so I get a 31.5% reduction, which is absolutely great. So I get a whole extra, I think, how much was it? I think it was 3 or 4, so I could get like possibly 1 to 2 more shots. Just having Inksaver main and 3 subs, which is absolutely great, and that's what I do use for my headgear at least. Or at least have that on one type of gear. It doesn't have to be headgear most times. I just do switch it up between shoes, clothes, whatever, it doesn't really matter. As long as you have that main and 3 subs on one type of gear. At least that's what I use. A lot of people switch between stuff using Leader 4K and whatever, but the other thing I actually do use is actually I actually rotate between quick super jump and I think it's what else? What was the other one? Quick super jump, and I actually rotate between respawn Punisher as well sometimes. Most of the time I just use quick super jump, so we're gonna check out quick super jump. I think it's what I usually use, just because what you really need is pretty much mostly Inksaver main on this weapon, pretty much. You really don't. You're not going to be using your sub that much, unless you throw it on 1 beacon or so. But most of the time, you're going to be throwing down beacons where there's no opponents like swarming you, so you're able to get your ink back really quickly. Now with the super jump time, we actually get a very cool reduce in in seconds, so we go down from like 3 seconds down to 2.69 seconds with a main and 3 subs of super jump, so that's kind of cool. And if we're in kit form, we actually get, I think it goes down quite a lot as well. I'm not quite sure why it's saying as much, but it goes down pretty much quite a lot actually. If I actually use, what was my other thing? I actually use I also use sometimes special power up, which is kind of cool. But if I use respawn Punisher, for example, is what I usually run as well. Your respawn time, if you get splatted, actually go up by a second as well. Normally I think it's like it was 8 point something else, but now it's 9.63 seconds, which is the same for your opponent. Your opponent also loses more of their special, so you lose, instead of half of your special, you lose 75% of your special. I think something like that. So not really the best thing, but still with 3 super jump on here, I actually don't even run super jump. I think I run respawn Punisher with it's either special power up or sub power up. So if we run sub power up, it's one of those two. I forgot which one it was exactly, but I think it's sub power up. Respawn Punisher is what I usually run with the Elite 4K most times. Sub power up, it would let me jump faster than beacons, so I'm able to get out there a lot faster as well. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. Not quite sure how you guys feel about that, if you want to use this, but this is more of just an example, just to let you guys get a feel of what this really is meant to do and how it's meant to help you with your weapons and stuff, and adjust your play style. What I pretty much run lastly is it usually is either ink recovery up or quick respawn, something like that. Usually, most of the time it's just pretty much ink recovery up. So we throw the ink recovery up 2.44 seconds from empty to full. So if you're under the ink, it takes 2 seconds to get it from 0 ink up to 100%. So that's insanely good. Really helps you out, especially if you have the inks that have remained. So ink recovery, if you're just standing there, I think it was like 10 seconds. Now it's reduced down to 6.82 seconds. So that's kind of cool if you just randomly stand there and letting your ink recover by itself. Which is kind of helpful for tracks like Shellendorf Institute and tracks where you're like above a lot of the players, where there's like a lot of high rise as well. It's also kind of good on Piranha Pit on some of the stuff like the conveyor belts, where you can just stand there and let your ink recovery kind of go. What other track had the? I forgot what other track. There was another track that was pretty good on as well. But, mostly it's good for Shellendorf Institute. I guess like one track out of like all the other ones, but yeah, that's pretty much my little for this one. How far are we in actually? 12 minutes. I'm gonna go over one more real quick with you guys. Say we wanted like a different weapon. Now this is the Elite 4K and stuff like that. Use a lot of like a shitload of ink. But say we want to use like a brush, for example. We use the Octo. I think this is Octo brush. This is the one with the that's the inkjet. I usually use this one. I haven't used this in forever, but this is the one I used to use. Say we use the brush, for example. I never use the brush anyways most of the time, but clear out all the abilities. It's just different for everything. That's pretty much what I'm trying to get at. It's different for every weapon. Ink recovery speed, if you're in squid form, takes 3 seconds, so that's not too bad. Ink consumption, 31 to empty the pen, so 31 swipes of the brush per flick, so 31 flicks of the brush get you down to 0 point in the tank, so not too bad actually. It's kind of not too bad of ink. Ink consumption sub takes 75% of your tank, so running probably like sub power or sub saver wouldn't be too bad. But then again, beacons you won't be placing that much anyways, and it's most of the time you're placing beacons, there won't be any other people like trying to hurt you, so you'll be able to get ink back most of the time anyways. So it pretty much opens the door up to the point where you can like run a lot of other stuff. Swim speed is very common on brushes. I see a lot of people run swim speed. Quick respawn is something you might want to run. Maybe Ninja Squid, I don't know, it depends what you want to run, but it's different for all weapons is what I'm trying to get at. Hopefully this video does help you guys out. I know I kind of rambled on towards the end, but if this video does help you out, I will leave a link to this website in the description, loadout.inc. If you guys want to use this website, it really does help out, just for designing gear in game and pretty much letting yourself know what gear you currently have and what it's really doing for you. and what you can really change to step up the game or fix your play style and have it pretty much match your play style a little bit better, in my opinion. So yeah, if you guys do want more videos like this in the future, drop a like. Let me know if you guys do like that video or in this video, and subscribe if you guys want more videos like this in the future. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.